Hello students, we are now ready to program our robots. First, we should already be logged into Chrome as described to us by our teacher. After we have logged in, we will load the programming software. The software that we will be using is called Modkit and can be found at www.modkit.com/vex/editor. Once the program has started, we will log into our Google account by clicking on the Sign In button on the upper right. Choose Google, and then click on your group's Google account name. Okay, now that we've logged in, we see that our program is in the robot workspace. We know this because the robot button at the top of the screen is selected. This workspace defines how the brain communicates with the rest of the robot. Here, we choose what sensors and components we want the brain to link to. Okay, let's start by titling our project by clicking on Untitled Project, which we see at the top of the screen. To start, we will name our first project Drivetrain. Click on the Project drop-down menu and select Save. If we select Browse from the same drop-down menu, we will see our program. It will be very important to save our work often because we will lose all of our programming work if the browser is ever closed. Okay, as we see, the brain icon is already loaded onto the screen. We now want to choose what component or sensor that we want to link to the brain. Let's start with the drivetrain. Find the drivetrain icon on the list to the left and drag it onto the screen. When we do that, the drivetrain icon will appear in the workspace and we will see a drivetrain tab created above the workspace. In the lower left of the drivetrain icon, we will see a drop-down menu marked Left Rear and Right Rear, where we are asked to select a port. You know from the basic car instructions, we are asked to connect the left rear motor to port 1, so we should select port 1 from the drop-down menu for left rear. Next, we are asked to connect the right rear motor to port 6, so we should select port 6 from the pull-down menu. We should see that the brain icon now has two plugs in ports 1 and 6. Also, we should see plugs marked 1 and 6 in the ports of the drivetrain icon. Now that we have connected the drivetrain to the brain, we are ready to start programming it.